Hey y'all, how's it going? Railroad Captain back again, and I gotta admit I'm not looking very forward to making this video today. As y'all know, let's watch my stuff in the past. I worked my butt off this spring putting this vintage air kit in the 1972 Chevrolet. That's a Hummingbird. Cool, buddy, you need to go back outside. Oh, that's cool. Go outside. Anyways, that's kind of cool. Maybe that'll be good luck. Yeah. 2 months ago, I finished this kit finally after working on it every weekend for 2 months. Got it installed, got it cold, was doing the best. Come out here last weekend, get up, go to the car show, no air. Compressor wouldn't kick on. I got a bad feeling. So I went and bought a black light at Walmart. Come right back and did not like what I saw. Looked like the Incredible Hulk had sneezed on stuff in here. I'll show you some pictures that I took. So yeah, bought all my stuff from Summit. Actually called Vintage Air. I didn't know what to think about a hose because actually 2 of them, cannot believe 2 of them failed at the crimps. I mean, how much better luck can you have? I don't know. It's about like my marriages and stuff, I guess. But anyways, so they actually sent me 2 hoses. I was shocked. They said their stuff was under warranty for 3 years. Shame I couldn't have sent somebody to put all this back in here. Of course, they didn't send me no Freon, but you know, better than nothing. So I'm gonna try to get these in. They also sent a dryer, so they recommend anytime the system's lost all their stuff to put in the dryer. First thought about not doing it, and talked to my neighbor that had done a lot of this kind of work in the past. Said, what the heck, throw it in there. That way, if there was any trash in it when it was new, it's all in that. So it's there, it's free. So won't take too much longer to do it. So I went and got everything. I got tired of trying to go get the other stuff. You know, it's always a pain in the butt, unfortunately, when you got to have other people to do things for you. And not that there's nothing wrong with that. And it's good to have friends and whatnot. But, you know, people are busy, and I hate putting people out on stuff. So I thought, surely to God, I could figure this out after fooling with some HVAC stuff over the years. So I said, you know what, enough's enough. So I just, God forbid I have to do this again anytime soon, or if I need it for my car, or if it's 10 years down the road, then so be it. I've got a vacuum pump and I got a nice set of gauges. And I stopped and got a little bit of oil. I think I'm gonna do maybe about 1 ounce at the most in there, because more than likely didn't lose a lot of oil. And then we're gonna get these hoses and dryer changed out, and we're gonna try to get this saw back together and hope the stupid thing works. Yeah, just not real happy with all of it, but here goes. We'll see what we can get done. Okay, that was the pain in the butt that I figured it would be. I replaced this hose that was leaking. It had blew out here and had run down through here. You could also see the green here on it in them pictures. It's a pain in the butt. This hose here was leaking down here. I did notice that the 2 hoses they sent me have got different crimps on them. So maybe I think they've been having trouble. I don't think I was the first one to complain about this, apparently. But anyway, you can see they used a different crimper here. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this will do better. If it works, I kind of wish now they just sent me this one too, and I could have done all of them at once. So, but you know how it is. So, let's see how that goes. I have got the new gauges and new vacuum pump fired up. We'll let them do for about 10 minutes. Then we'll shut this thing off for a while and hope no leaks. I've not even had it on here. Not even been on here 5 minutes yet, and it's already got us down to almost 30, which is about where it wants to be from what I've been told. Yep. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna let this sit a little while. Make sure that it holds when this is finished. And then I'm gonna put it back on. I'm gonna evacuate it again. I'm gonna let it pull everything down quite a bit. From what I've been reading and stuff, but 45 minutes is kind of the rule of thumb on that. We'll see how it goes. And then I've got everything else ready to go with Freon and stuff. I did change out this one little Schrader valve. I noticed when we filled that one before on their port there, I went ahead and changed it, put a new one of them in that one. It sucked because it was in the hose that I didn't have to replace. But I remember when we took that off, it was kind of, and so just to be on the safe side, it was $5 for a couple of those with a little tool. And even come with new caps on for the ports and everything, so it wasn't too bad there. I put an ounce of oil in it. I didn't want to overdo it. I've not seen any major leaks, but guy that I've talked to said maybe an ounce would be decent on something like this. You probably lost a little bit. It probably wouldn't hurt anything. This whole bottle of this was only $15. It'll probably last me longer than I live, the way it looks. It's funny, I didn't have the things you think of when you don't have the stuff, the proper so-sos. What do they call that? Being innovative? And yeah, something like that. Anyways, I looked it up, and 6 spoonfuls of a normal teaspoon, 6 of them make 1 ounce. So that worked out really great. Poured that in while I had that hose off and just poured it straight into the compressor. So anyways, I should be getting close to my 10 minutes, so we will shut that down. And like I said, those come from Harbor Freight, pretty decent deal. 60 some bucks on the gauge set. And when you think about that, you buy one of these cans at Walmart that comes with a hose pre-attached, they're 30 some bucks. And they don't have any more Freon in them as nothing. And then if you buy that one, just a low side little hose, that thing's not even, I think it's $20 some now. So get a set of gauges. If I don't use them again for 10 years, I got them, is the way I looked at it. Might need them on the car, family's car, or something like that one of these days. If I don't need them again, hopefully to God this does and I don't have to do this again. And the vacuum pump, it was $100, so that's a little investment too, that you'll have it down the road. So anyways, she's percolating and it is down there. 28 to 30 it says. It's sitting right about that. Depends on where your angle's at on your on your stuff. Anyways, all right, we will check back and see what we got going and go from there. Okay, so I got the hose replaced, both hoses replaced that were leaking that Venator sent me to replace. And they had me put a new dryer on. I done that. I got the gauges on. I done everything else. They don't want the pressure over 250 on the high side. They don't want it but about 15 on the low side, which apparently is different from everything else. Just like it's compressor kicking on and all so much. That's the way they designed them. Under 250, say I think it's around 230, 235 high side, which is in tolerance. Low side was below 20. I think it was closer to 15, so that was in tolerance, good. But this thing was running hot. It was not doing right. Come in here and checked it. The heater control valve was sticking or something, and it was on. I burnt myself when I touched the heater line underneath the thing down here. So that had blew my mind, and I thought, I've heard other issues with this stupid heater control valve. Sometimes you just don't need electronic. So anyways, got out here today to check it, to do everything again, got it started up. The heater control valve's working today for some reason. Now, it was starting to get a little warm when I checked it a while ago, and that may just be because the engine temperatures got up and everything under the hood's got real good and hot. Anyways, I've got in here now and I've got it checked. I've had it running for a while. So the compressor is not cycling off and on as much. I've checked this out here. I got the thing in here engaged. When I get my reading up here on about 1500 RPM, which is where I
deal is at on this. You can see now I am dropping down right at 40 degrees. That's the best I've ever done, even before the hose is messed up. So this is, I've got to have the Freon pretty darn close now. I mean, it's doing great. It actually just dropped a hair below 40, and right there you heard it. Right there he idled up. There the compressor kicked out. And if you'll notice now, she's starting to creep back up a little bit. So that's to be expected, of course. But I'm back up now. There's 40, 44, 45. There, the compressor come back on. So it's only getting up to 45. And you can see without me giving it any gas, it's doing its job. It's starting to fall back off. So even without me, I'm just sitting there at idle. And I'm back down 44. I'm at the edge of the green. So you can see what a difference it makes getting that heat off of that condenser. When you idle this up back up 1500, look at she dropped off quick. She's back down below 40 again. So been in here running for a little bit now. Of course, I'm not in the sun. I'm in the garage. It is up already pushing 90 today outside, and I'm down to 67 degrees inside here right now, and it's getting it's cool. It's getting cool. So I think going by the gauges, refilling the Freon, I think I've got this baby sitting exactly where it needs to be. Now, I'm not a fan of this electronic heater control valve. Sometimes to me, you just get a little too much with these new cars and all this electronic bullshit. So what I was thinking about doing before when I thought it went out, best thing to do would be just order me a ball valve and put on it. I drive a concrete truck. Both hoses that work on my new concrete truck, they brought me a new one in a few months back on my mixer truck, and I just go back there and close both of them valves on the heater lines, and it's 15-20 degrees difference in the air conditioner on it. It's just amazing, and that's to be expected. That's what the heater control valve's supposed to do on this. But of course, let me drop the phone. So the heater control valve, that's what it's for. That's its job, is to keep that heat, because it gets so hot down under here. Well, then you're fighting with it. You're blowing. It's making your cold air warmer. So to do an efficient thing and to not have to worry about that, I'm old school. I'm not too good to get out there and open and close a ball valve twice a year. So I think what I'm going to do to make this more efficient and to eliminate that, I'm going to order me a set of these ball valves for like 20-some bucks and just put them in my heater hoses and be done with it. Then I don't have to worry about this nonsense. I don't have to worry about it slipping through a little bit of heat and messing with this. And so the only other thing to improve my efficiency, and this is what it really needs, is, a lot of guys will do the electric fans, the double fan, la-di-da. Well, I do want to keep my look of my, I do want to keep my old school look more than what most people do. So I really don't want to change this setup. I have purchased, it's already come in, I got a 14-inch pusher fan to install out here. It's going to fit just perfect in here. I'm going to get it installed. I bought my relay kit. I've got everything that I need to come with the kit. I'll do another video when I put that on. So I've got everything with it, and I actually, to stay old school and not have to fool with all these other sensors and all this bull on the 50-year-old truck, I'm just going to hook it straight up to a switch. I'm going to put me a toggle switch under the dash. Then if I am in stop and go traffic where I've noticed it, it's definitely not as efficient then, or when it's super hot, or when I need that little extra boost, throw that switch on, hey, it's on, you're done. I don't need it no more, flip it off. How simple is that? Simple as can be. So that's what I'm going to do to put that on and keep an eye on everything and hope I don't get any more leaks. And I think I've got this baby pretty darn efficient right now. I think it seems like it's really doing good. The cooling wise, yeah, these hoses are definitely warmer than they were. That is especially. Even even that, and it's conductive heat, I guess. It's just letting it slip through. So I think best thing to do, man, is get him like I was saying, just put a ball valve in and put one in both of them, and I think you'd be better off. Like I said, vintage air, I guess that's the way they designed it, off on. I don't see the point in it. You think it'd be wearing it out. Maybe that's one of them things they a little smarter than I am about it, a little newer design, whatever. But, you know, like I was showing you there on the thermometer and everything in here, and I mean, you look at this, my God, 66 degrees in the cab of this truck. Of course, it's hot in this garage, don't get me wrong, it's hot in here, but you're not in the sun, where you're gonna get the greenhouse effect with these big glasses on. You know, like when I'm going down the road, you lay your hand on the dash, it's warm. You lay your hand in here, up on the top, up here, it's warm, it's metal. That's just the way these trucks are. Would help a little bit, maybe somewhere down the road, to get some window tinting done. I'm not a fan of this super dark. I want to keep the original look, but you know, somewhere down the road when I got a little extra money, that might be something to look into, and do just a small degree of tint would definitely help out here in the sun. And it's one of those things too that sometimes I need to stop because I'm too much of a perfectionist. Right now, this is damn near perfect, especially compared to what it was before it leaked out. So I do hope these new hoses work and don't do like the other ones did. But as you can see right here, I may have showed you this before, this is a new one because the old one flew right in here, and you can see the design is different from the old one. But luckily the old one that didn't is the low pressure, so I shouldn't have, hopefully it won't blow somewhere down the road. I kind of wish they'd went ahead and given me that one and replaced it while I was at it. But both of these I had to change out due to leaks. And so, yep, everything's looking good. But anyway, I've rambled enough, and I know you all always turn this off at the end and don't do it watch it all anyways, and that's cool. But those of you who do appreciate it, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Check out my other videos, got more truck videos where I'm working on baby blue. Got my other hobbies on there. I like my trains. I like to get out and take train videos and photos and stuff like that, and the model stuff too. So check them out, might be something you like. Either way, thanks for stopping by. Y'all take it easy, and we're gonna see about getting this fan, pusher fan put on, and we'll come back to that later on, man. So y'all take care.